We're diving deep into the top 3 most valuable wheat pennies ever discovered. Could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Coins so rare, collectors dream of finding just one in the wild. From mysterious minting errors to secret wartime medals, these legendary coins have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction. What you'll learn might change how you look at pocket change forever. The mind-blowing history and hidden secrets of the rarest 1945-era wheat penny that have rocked the coin-collecting world. We'll break down the most valuable examples, the shocking mint mistakes that make them so rare, and how to identify if you've got one of these 6-figure treasures. So grab a drink, sit back, and stay tuned till the end, because if you miss this, you could miss the chance to turn pocket change into pure gold. Before we reveal the ultra-valuable era coins, let's start with the basics. The 1945 wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was minted during one of the most pivotal years in world history, the end of World War II. President Abraham Lincoln's iconic portrait had been gracing the front of a U.S. penny since 1909, designed by Victor D. Brenner. On the reverse, we see 2 stalks of wheat framing the words, "Off metal strikes, $66,000 to $110,000. Double die obverse DDO, $70,000 to $87,000. Off center strike, $20,000 to $15,000. Clipped planchet errors, $1, $5,000, $8, 000. Real auction sales prices. Let's talk cold, hard numbers. These are real auction results for 1945-era wheat pennies. Silver planchet error, certified by PCGS. Auction for $110,000. DDO in MS66 red. Sold for $87,000. Off-center strike, 60%. Hammered at $66,000. Clipped planchet in MS64. Sold for $8,000. BIE error in MS65 red. Sold for $3,000. These prices reflect just how hot the error coin market is, especially for rare, high-grade examples. How to identify if you have one. So, you're probably wondering, could I have a 1945-era penny worth a fortune? Here's what you need to do: weigh your penny. Use a digital gram scale. Standard 1945 penny equals 3.11 grams. Odd weights, 2.7 g, 3.4 g, etc., could signal off metal strikes. Examine with a loupe. Look closely for doubling, clips, or off-center strikes. Check liberty, the date, and the rim. Use online reference images. Compare with known errors listed by PCGS or NGC. Get professional grading. Submit your coin to PCGS or NGC. A small grading fee could unlock a 5- or 6-figure value. Watch auction sites. Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and Great Collections all offer error coins. See what similar examples are selling for. We're unlocking the full story of the 1955-era wheat penny, the numismatic world, by storm. You'll discover its origin, why it's worth a fortune, how to spot a real one from a fake, and how one tiny mistake at the U.S. Mint turned a humble copper cent into one of the most legendary coins ever struck in America. So buckle up, grab a magnifier, and stay glued to the end, because this could be the most valuable penny story you'll ever hear, and it just might change your life. Let's start with the foundation. The 1955 wheat penny belongs to the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its designer, Victor David Brenner, created the familiar portrait of Lincoln that still appears on U.S. cents today. The reverse of these coins featured 2 wheat stalks flanking the denomination 1 cent, leading to the name wheat penny. In 1955, the U.S. Mint was pumping out cents in massive numbers. Off-center strikes, $95,000 to $115,000. Die clash errors, $155,000 to $175,000. Record-breaking auction values. Now, let's talk value. The 1955 double die penny is one of the most collectible and valuable U.S. era coins ever produced. Depending on condition, these coins can fetch astronomical prices. Low-grade VG to XF, even heavily circulated examples with clear doubling sell for $2,000 to $5,000. Mid-grade, AU to MS 63 prices jump to $10,000 to $45,000. High-grade mint state red, MS 65 plus RD. These are the big money makers. One pristine 1955 DDO graded MS 65 red by PCGS sold for a whopping $95,000. Another top-tier coin in MS-66 red condition sold for $115,000 and in private collector sales, the most perfect known specimen. Flawless surfaces and blazing original luster. Reportedly exchanged hands for as much as $155,000. That's the price of a luxury car or even a small home. For a penny, how to identify a real 1955 penny? This is where things get interesting. The 1955 DDO is so famous, it's often imitated but only the real deal holds true value. So how do you spot one? Visual markers, look at Liberty Clear, offset doubling on every letter check, inspect the date 1955. This is the most obvious area of doubling. The doubling should be crisp and separated, not blurry or ghost-like. If it looks smeared or soft, it's likely mechanical doubling, which is common and not valuable. Certification is key, because counterfeits exist. Serious collectors and sellers only trust coins certified by top grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company. These organizations authenticate the error and grade the coin, giving it an official market value. We're unlocking the secrets behind the most rare 1957 D-Wheat penny errors ever discovered. We'll break down exactly what makes them so valuable, how they were created, what to look for, and how you could be holding on to one of these fortune-making coins without even realizing it. So stay tuned until the very end, because this could be the most profitable 10 minutes of your life. The 1957 D-Wheat penny is part of the long and beloved Lincoln Wheat Cent series, minted from 1909 to 1958. The D mint mark designates that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which by 1957 had already become a production powerhouse for U.S. coinage. In total, the Denver Mint produced an enormous 1.05 billion pennies in 1957 alone, making it one of the most common dates in the entire wheat penny series. Struck on a silver dime planchet, $150,000 to $250,000. Double die obverse DDO, $190,000 to $85,000 plus. Off-center strike, $5,000 to $30,000. Clipped planchet error, $1,000 to $7,500. Auction sales price and market demand. Let's look at real-world numbers to see how much these coins have sold for. Penny on silver dime planchet, mint state. Sold for $250,000, private collector sale. Double die obverse, MS-66 red. Sold for $190,000 at heritage auctions. Off-center strike, 70%. Realized $150,000 BIE error, MS-65 red. Auctioned for $3,000 clipped planchet, MS-64 sold for $7,000. Collectors love 1950s wheat pennies, especially errors, meaning demand remains high, and values will likely keep climbing. How to identify if you have one? Now the big question: could you have one of these six-figure error pennies? Here's how to check. Examine your 1957 D pennies. Pull out every wheat penny you have from 1957 with a D mint mark. Weigh the coin. Should weigh 3.11 g normally. Anything lighter or heavier could be a planchet error. Use a loop, 10x or better. Look closely for doubling on the date and lettering. Check the rim. Off-center strikes, clips, or partial designs. Jackpot. Silver or grayish color. Could be a silver dime planchet, a once-in-a-lifetime find. Submit to a grading service, PCGS or NGC. If you suspect a major error, send it in. Certification is essential for maximum value.